Hey everyone, my name's Miranda and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. In this video, I'm going to be working on the area behind the park that I built in my last video. I do have some plans, but I'm gonna let voiceover Miranda explain those to you. So, grab a drink, grab a snack, and I hope you enjoy the video. The plan is quite simple. I wanted to build a second area of the park up on this cliff because I wanted to add more to the original park when I built it, but there just wasn't the room and I didn't feel like changing how the cliff was because in my head, I needed the room on the cliff to build what I needed to build. In reality, I didn't. So I added the second section of the park. And behind the second section of the park, I wanted to build a soccer field. I don't know why I'm saying this in past tense. I did. Okay, spoiler alert, I built all the things I wanted to build. So, we have the second area of the park. Behind the park, we have a soccer field. To the right of the soccer field, where that street right there is leading, we have Scoot's house. In my head, Scoot is a kid core villager. I think that's widely agreed upon. I don't think I'm alone in saying this. Scoot is a kid core villager. So, in my head, I said I should put my kid core villager in the area that is kid core themed. And my kind of like lore to go along with this is that Scoot manages the park and the soccer field. Like, these are his builds, basically. Because I didn't really give him much of a yard. I gave him one, but it was more like of a 3x3 area on the side of his house, and the only reason I gave it to him was because there was room to put stuff on the side of his house. So I wanted this to be like, he manages the park and the soccer field, like make sure it's clean and stuff. And yeah. Sorry if I sound awkward during this at all. I haven't filmed a voiceover in forever because for the longest time I could not figure out how to properly edit a time lapse, and it just made me not want to film them. I wouldn't say build them. You don't build a time lapse, you film a time lapse. Oh my god. But every time I would try to try to speed up the content, it would speed up, but the video length would stay the same. Like, usually when you make a time lapse, it speeds up the content of the video and it shortens how long the video plays. I could not figure out how to do both at the same time. I would speed it up, the video would stay the same, and then the video, I would try to shorten it manually. I would go in and change how long the video played for, but then it would just cut off after that time. So if it was like a 4-minute clip and I wanted it to be 2 minutes, I would shorten the time length to 2 minutes. But instead of condensing all of the 4 minutes into 2 minutes, it would just cut off after 2 minutes. It was a mess. But luckily I figured it out. Basically, no one on YouTube has posted about this, so I will post about it on YouTube. Here is DaVinci Resolve, what version is this? DaVinci Resolve 18.6. That is the version of DaVinci Resolve I use. So, when you go in to change the speed of your clip, there is I believe it's called Ripple Timeline. Ripple Timeline, alright? You have to make sure that is checked, because if that is not checked, the length of your clip will stay the same. But if you check that and then increase the speed of the clip, it will shorten your clip to the appropriate length it should be for the speed of your clip. I did not find that in a YouTube video. I found that in the comment section of a YouTube video. Because every time I looked it up on YouTube, I would look up on YouTube how to make a time lapse. DaVinci Resolve. It was always pictures. Oh, Kyle and Poppy got into a fight in the middle of this, and it was really funny because Poppy was so bothered by it. Kyle was just minding his business. It was very funny. I wasn't gonna include it, but I had to. It was just so funny because it was just me talking to Poppy, who was very much upset, and then Kyle is just like dancing in the background. Okay, anyways. So, I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. I have been going on about this for way too long. So let me actually get to the build. This build took it out of me. I don't know if I'm saying that phrase right. I hope I am. So, this build took 3 days. 3 IRL days. Which is the longest I have ever spent on an Animal Crossing build. Because, to me, if I can't finish it within one 24-hour day, what's the point? What's the point? There is too much life to be lived to be spending 3 IRL days on an Animal Crossing build. But here I am, spending 3 IRL days on an Animal Crossing build. So, let me catch you up to speed right now, because I've rambled on about not the video. Right now, I am putting down where I want Scoot's house to be. And I used the in-game pass. I didn't show it in the video, but I used the in-game pass because they show up on the map, and so then I can like get a good idea of how it looks relative to everything else. Anyways, so I believe this is day 2. The rain was day 1. This is rain 2. Rain 2, day 2. Oh my god. At this point, I am trying to figure out the path situation because I know I want this path to lead into the next path, or the next core path. This street is going to end and then it's going to turn into a kind of more nature-y path. Okay, I'm doing cottagecore. The next one's cottagecore. Because I want Scoot and Goldie next to each other. I mean, I think their houses by each other would be cute. I don't know. I just feel like they would be cute neighbors. Anyways. Yes, let's talk about the next core. The next core is cottagecore. I am only really doing this for my queen, Goldie, who I am struggling to find on villager hunts. We don't have to talk about it. I've already done a villager hunt. Since I built this, I've done a villager hunt. I've done 2 villager hunts. Okay, so Cole, real quick sidetrack. Cole wanted me to do this treasure hunt, and then buried it right next to resident services. Sorry, I don't usually include stuff like this when I usually try to, include the build in my videos, speed build or not, but that was too funny. I had to include it. Okay, back to Goldie. The whole time-lapse fiasco took so long. I have gone on 2 villager hunts since I've built this. But yes, I've gone on villager hunts for Goldie. Spoiler alert, Poppy asked to move out. I don't know why I'm saying spoiler alert. I'm not gonna post a video of the Goldie hunt until I find Goldie. So it could honestly be anywhere from a week to 10 months from now. Oh dear God, I hope it's not 10 months from now. But I went to about 165 islands. It might have been 163, 164, something like that. We'll round up to 165. I went to about 165 islands, and I did not find Goldie. I found, in fact, I've only found I found 4 dog villagers, which on the stream I did this hunt on, I stream on Twitch, by the way. Twitch.tv/MarindaPopTV. Go follow me over there. I stream all my villager hunts before I upload them to YouTube. So if you ever want to be the first one to know who's moving onto my island, go follow me there. I also sometimes do builds on stream. I haven't been doing them as much lately though, just because I've been doing so many other things on stream, but I do sometimes do them. What was I saying? I distracted myself with my own self promo. I don't remember what I was talking about. I know I was talking about Goldie. And I was doing a villager hunt. Oh! Spoiler alert, Poppy moved off. And so I decided to go on a villager hunt to find Goldie. Could not. Another spoiler alert. The villager that moved onto my island, drumroll please, it's Humphrey. My initial reaction, who is Humphrey? And then I found out, and then I was a little bit upset. Because first of all, it's another man. Another man moved onto my island. We are still ridden with the unfortunate fact that my island is overrun by men. But I was also sad because it wasn't Goldie. But I was also sad because I thought I was not gonna like Humphrey. Humphrey is kind of grown on me. Not saying he'll be here forever. If he doesn't have to move out, I will let him. But unlike O'Hare, I'm actually okay with his presence here. I still hate you, O'Hare. If you're listening to this, I know you are. O'Hare sent me a letter in the mail because I sent him a letter telling him to leave. I basically threatened him to have him leave my island, and he sent me a letter, and he said something along the lines of like, I picked this letter because it reminds me of you. The letter was camouflage. He chose camouflage paper for the letter. We have beef. It's official, we have beef. Anyways. Oh, right! I was talking about the villagers I seen on the villager hunt. I only found 4 of the dog villagers. Because I looked it up on stream. Apparently there's 17. Hey, Nintendo. Why are there so many dog villagers? Why didn't you put that effort into, like, the octopus? I was gonna add an ES to the end of that, and I'm not going to. The octopi. Why didn't you add that effort into the octopi? There's only like 3 of them. 4. There's 4 of them. But there's 17 dog villagers. Okay. I see where your loyalties lie. I don't know. I know there's so many dog villagers. Nintendo, please add Nintendogs to the Switch or your next console, please. I've never wanted to play Nintendogs more. All of the girlies who wanted Nintendogs to be added to the Switch have convinced me to play it. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, anyways, back to the original topic. The dog villagers. I saw Lucky about 3 times, and I, in fact, did not get lucky on this villager hunt. In the sense that I did not find Goldie. I thought finding Lucky 3 times, I was going to get lucky and find Goldie. No, that did not happen. And then I saw Cherry, my Juniper starting villager queen. Love her very much. I found Cookie next. And then I found Butch. And I feel like it is important to say that I found Cherry, Cookie, and Butch all on the second day. All on the second hunt. I only found Lucky. I found Lucky 2 times on the first day. 1 time on the second day. And then I complained about how I wasn't finding any villagers. And then Nintendo was like, Cherry, Cookie, Butch. It was insane. Anyways, back to the theme of cottagecore. I don't know how to build in cottagecore. So if you have any build recommendations, any YouTubers I should watch, please let me know in the comments. Please. I thrive off of inspiration. I know that sounds dumb, but hear me out. I know what cottagecore looks like. I know. It's like nature-y, and it's very, not simple, but it's like simplistic. But I also need to look at inspiration pictures. I have to watch a video. I have to look at pictures on Pinterest. I cannot build without doing my little prep beforehand. And I think that's why this build was, like, this series of builds was so difficult, because I was going off of nothing. Because I wasn't feeling it that day, apparently. I don't know. I apparently hated myself that day. But I think that's why this build took me 3 days. It's because I had no inspiration. I hadn't looked at any pictures. I hadn't watched any videos. I was purely trying to just remember stuff I had seen before, and I wasn't like... Usually when I do these builds, I can knock it all out in an hour because I have all the inspiration I need, but I had to wait until I had inspiration before I could build these. So anyways, back to cottagecore. Please let me know your favorite cottagecore girlies on YouTube. Doesn't have to be a girly. I just said that because I felt most appropriate. Yeah. Let me know any builds you want to see. It's going to literally be, do you see where the cliff I'm currently standing on ends to where the next cliff begins? I'm gonna fill all that in with cliff, and that section right there is where the cottagecore is going to be. So it's gonna be kind of narrow, but very long. So if you have any builds that will fit in there, let me know. Just give me some ideas, basically. Because I tried to look it up, but cottagecore was such a popular, it was so popular back in 2020, I feel like. Especially 2020, like the end of 2020 into 2021. I feel like that was when it was the most popular. So the cottagecore section of Pinterest is just overrun, and I'm just overwhelmed with pictures because so many of them look, I feel like so many of them look so different. And I don't really have anything else to say about that. Alright. But after I fill in this cliff a little bit more, you'll see it at the end. I added half of a shed for Scoot because I had to order the second half of it. So you're only gonna see half of it. But we are coming to the end of the video. As you can see, there's the one half of Scoot's shed. The other half is there now, don't worry. But I only had half of it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked the builds. Let me know if you do. Let me know, like I said, about cottagecore, some of the favorite builds you've seen, some girlies you recommend. Yeah, I think that's about it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!